What if I told you that the universe is listening to you all the time, but you're speaking the wrong language? Most people keep sending out requests, prayers, and thoughts, but receive only silence. Not because the universe doesn't respond, but because it responds to what you vibrate, not to what you say. And here lies the key no one ever told you: you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. While you're trying hard to think positively, your subconscious mind vibrates doubt, fear, anxiety. The result? A stuck, repetitive reality, full of delays and frustrations. But when you learn to emit clear signals, with conscious intention, elevated emotion, and inner silence, the quantum field begins to conspire in your favor. And no, this has nothing to do with magic. It has everything to do with vibrational science, mental power, and ancient wisdom that was hidden for centuries. In this video, you'll discover how to step out of autopilot and tune into the frequency where the universe listens and responds. You'll understand why your desires haven't come true, how to activate the manifestation code, and most importantly, how to align with divine timing. But be warned, what you're about to hear may flip a switch in your mind, and nothing will ever be the same again. It's curious how most people talk to the universe as if they were leaving a note on the fridge, full of words, but empty of energy. The truth, which few understand, is that the universe doesn't respond to well-crafted sentences, but to the vibration behind them. Every emotion, every authentic feeling, carries a signature in the vibrational field that echoes far beyond what can be seen or touched. The creative mind doesn't communicate with grammar, it dances with energetic frequency. And that's where many get lost. They speak beautifully, but feel small. Imagine someone saying, "I want to prosper," but inside they carry fear, scarcity, doubt. That request doesn't come out with force, it's like screaming underwater. The field of possibilities doesn't respond to what you say, it responds to what you are vibrationally in that very moment. Manifestation only becomes real when there's coherence between what you think, what you feel, and what you emit. That's why some people seem lucky. They're in tune with what they desire, even if unconsciously. A powerful exercise to start aligning this language is to pay attention to what you feel when you imagine what you want. Do you close your eyes and feel quantum gratitude, as if it's already yours? Or do you feel anxious because you still don't have it? That answer tells you exactly what signal you're sending to the quantum field. The key lies in transforming emotional intention into elevated vibration, in emitting energetic commands with vibrational faith instead of anxiety and urgency. That's when the code starts to work. Some people try to force a positive vibration by listening to affirmations and repeating mantras, which can be helpful, of course, but they forget something essential: the real feeling behind it. You can repeat, "I am prosperous," 1,000 times, but if your entire body is vibrating lack, what will collapse into your quantum reality is scarcity, not abundance. It's like trying to tune into a radio station with the wrong frequency. All you get is noise. So instead of chasing techniques, what if you observed your vibrational state right now? And that brings us to a powerful question. What would your life look like if you spoke to the universe with the same clarity and intention as you speak to someone you deeply love? Because when the vibrational field captures the sincerity of your energy, everything changes. And interestingly, this has everything to do with the next point, one that few master, but that separates those who wish from those who truly intend. There's a brutal, and often overlooked, difference between wanting something and intending something. Wanting is passive, needy, sometimes even desperate. Conscious intention, on the other hand, carries power, direction, and presence. It's like lighting a beacon within the creative mind and declaring, "This is where I'm going." While desire waits, intention commands the field of possibilities with clarity. And the universe? It doesn't negotiate with indecision. It responds to firm, aligned, emotionally charged vibration. Forming a conscious intention isn't about writing a wish on paper and waiting. It's an integration of vibrational thought, elevated emotion, and aligned action. It's placing yourself, every single day, in the energetic frequency of what you've chosen to manifest. For example, If your intention is to attract a new love, you don't just visualize someone entering your life, you vibrate love, you love yourself, you act with love. Because the quantum reality responds to what you already are, not to what you say you want. A powerful practical exercise is to write your intentions as if they're already being lived. Don't say, I want financial peace, say, I feel at peace with the abundance that flows constantly to me. That simple shift in wording changes the frequency of the signal. It's scripting, it's an energetic command. Repeating this practice strengthens neuroplasticity and mentally reprograms your subconscious beliefs. When done with emotional presence, it doesn't just communicate with the vibrational field, it imprints a new reality into the ether. And here's the thing, positive thinking alone won't cut it. The subconscious mind needs to be involved. It's like a child, it learns through repetition, emotion, and vivid images. So when you create a conscious intention, involve all your senses. Visualize creatively, feel the scent, hear the sounds, live it as if it's already real. Because when your intention becomes an intense inner experience, the wave function collapses faster. That's the moment the quantum field begins to conspire, with surgical precision, in favor of your new reality. Now, maybe you're wondering, if it's possible to intend with such force, do our thoughts also have the same power to shape reality? And this is where one of the most mysterious and fascinating codes of quantum manifestation comes into play. Few truly understand the real power of a thought. Many believe thinking is neutral, without consequence, but it's not. Every thought is a frequency being emitted into the vibrational field, like an antenna sending signals into the infinite. And the most fascinating part? These signals activate the field of possibilities. It's as if each idea that passes through your subconscious mind presses a different button in quantum reality. Thought with emotional strength? That's a command. Repeated thought? That's programming the code. Quantum science explains that the observer alters the behavior of particles. In simpler terms, reality behaves differently when someone is conscious of it. This is the collapse of the wave function. Focused attention turns the possible into the real. And that gives us a massive advantage. We can use our focus as a tool for conscious co-creation. Want to transform your reality? Start by consciously choosing where you place your attention, because that's where matter begins to respond. A practical example, if you keep thinking, my job drains me, that thought vibrates repeatedly, forming an energetic pattern. And guess how the field responds? With more situations that confirm your job is draining. But if you shift the thought to, I am open to new opportunities that value my talent, and feel it with emotional truth, reality starts to move. Creative visualization helps amplify that emission. Instead of just imagining, feel yourself living the new reality, every day. Vibrational thought works like a living code, a mental script that writes the next chapters of your story. And the more you repeat it, the stronger the code becomes. It's like carving a path through a field of energy. At first, it's just overgrown grass. But after walking that path a few times, it becomes a road. The creative mind works the same way. Command after command, belief after belief, you shape not only how you see the world, but the very world that responds to you. And if thoughts carry this much power, imagine what happens when we begin to use specific, intentional words that resonate powerfully in the subtle plane. There is a set of sounds and phrases that act as keys to unlock the creative language. Words are more than organized sounds, they are encoded vibrations. And some of them carry such intense power that they instantly shift your vibrational field. When someone says, I am peace, they're not just describing a state, they are activating a frequency that begins to permeate the subconscious mind, the body, and reality itself. Creative verbs like, I am, I have, I allow, are vibrational commands that act as keys to access subtler levels of manifestation. They don't describe. They create. The secret lies in how you pronounce and feel these words. A mantra whispered with vibrational faith holds more power than 1,000 soulless phrases. Words like abundance, healing, expansion, when paired with emotionally charged creative visualization, function like primordial sounds. They align your field with subtle forces that act as invisible allies. It's as if the universe doesn't hear the word itself, but rather the vibrational field that word evokes within you. The word becomes flesh, quite literally. If you want to experience this right now, start with simple but powerful affirmations. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and repeat. I am worthy of the best the universe has to offer me. Feel what that awakens in your body. Do this for 21 days. Write it in your vibrational journal. Record your own voice. Use the scripting technique as if you were painting reality in golden ink across the fabric of time. This reprograms your subconscious mind and begins to align your field of possibilities with what you verbalize. And this is where sacred symbols come into play. Many ancient mantras were built on the geometry of sound, like Om, which resonates with the Metatron's cube and the flower of life. Sounds that create form, frequencies that shape the invisible. You can even try listening to frequencies like 528 Hz while speaking your commands. This frequency, known as the love frequency, resonates directly with your DNA. In other words, you're not just speaking to the universe, you're tuning the resonance of your body-mind. But there is another language, even more powerful, that almost no one uses consciously. A language without words, without mantras, without any sound at all, and when practiced correctly, it transforms the sender into a receiver of invisible answers. What few people realize is that true silence is not the absence of sound, it is total presence. In conscious silence, the creative mind finds space to listen, perceive, and decode the subtle signals of the quantum field. Hurry, noisy thoughts, fears, and anxiety create interference in the universe's language. But when you enter a state of inner silence, the channel clears. The subconscious mind stops shouting, and begins to listen. And it's there, in the apparent emptiness, where the universal answer resides. Meditation is the most direct tool to access this silent portal. It's not about emptying the mind, but rather about opening a space between thoughts. In that space, the quantum observer steps in. That's when you stop trying to control, and start to perceive. Many answers arise in that moment, a strong intuition, a sudden idea, a meaningful memory. The vibrational field reorganizes itself because you stopped stirring the water, and only with still water can you see the true reflection. There's a simple but powerful practice you can try right now. Sit in silence, close your eyes, breathe slowly for a few minutes, and mentally repeat the phrase. I am ready to listen. No expectations. No pressure. Just presence. This surrender opens a vibrational listening field that goes beyond the physical senses. You may feel a chill, an unexplainable emotion, or even nothing. But even nothing is a code. Silence speaks. It converses with the energetic frequency of your conscious intention. The universe rarely shouts. It whispers through synchronicity, through unlikely coincidences, through a strange feeling that comes out of nowhere. And to perceive these whispers, you must cultivate the habit of silence. It could be in nature, during a walk, upon waking up, or before going to sleep. Just a few minutes a day, reserved to quiet the outer world and access your inner field. In that space, sacred symbols begin to emerge, and insights arrive as if they were direct downloads from quantum reality. And the most curious thing is that once you truly start listening, life changes its tone. It's as if the universe says, now that you can hear, I can finally speak. And that's the moment it responds, with signs, with encounters, with events that defy common logic, yet make perfect sense to your soul. Most people speak to the universe as if sending a letter without expecting a reply. But the great secret lies precisely in knowing how to listen. Active listening isn't about waiting for a voice from the heavens or some Hollywood-style miracle. It's about perceiving the vibrational signs that show up in daily life. The creative mind sends out commands, but it also receives feedback. And the universe, that vast field of possibilities, always responds. The question is, are you tuned in enough to hear what it's trying to tell you? The answers often come in forms we don't expect. A recurring dream, a repeated number sequence like 1111 showing up on clocks, license plates, or receipts. A random conversation that feels perfectly tailored to your situation. These are synchronicities, intersections between quantum reality and vibrational manifestation. They're subtle clues left by the field, as if the universe is playing a cosmic chess game, where each of your moves is met with a response. And it's up to you to learn how to read the board. If you've set the intention to attract a new reality, and in the days that follow you start encountering people, content, or situations that reinforce that path, that's not coincidence. That's a vibrational response. A simple example, you declare with power, "I'm ready to change my life," and suddenly you come across books like The Power of the Subconscious Mind, or videos on mental reprogramming. That's the field saying, "I hear you." It's the moment to act with quantum awareness and walk toward that calling. A powerful practice is to keep a synchronicity journal. In it, you write down everything that feels like a meaningful coincidence. This habit strengthens your subtle perception and, over time, reveals just how often the universe is responding. The simple act of writing creates an energetic command of mindful attention. And by cultivating this state, you develop a refined vibrational listening, a true quantum radar to catch messages that once passed unnoticed. You become more sensitive, more guided, more conscious. And once that listening sharpens, you begin to notice an even deeper pattern. The more you align with the frequency of the answer, the more it repeats itself. It's as if the universe whispers, "Keep going down this path." And there is a secret key that accelerates this cycle of listening and receiving. A frequency capable of unlocking doors that once seemed sealed shut. If there's a vibrational shortcut within manifestation, that shortcut is called gratitude. But not the automatic kind you say out of politeness. I'm talking about quantum gratitude, the kind you feel in your body, like warmth in your chest, or a tear welling up in your eye, even if nothing has changed on the outside yet. This kind of emotion holds enough power to immediately shift your vibrational field. When you give thanks as if you've already received, the field understands that the manifestation has already occurred. That's exactly what separates those who merely wish from those who consciously co-create. The subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what is real and what is vividly visualized with emotion. If you vibrate gratitude for something that hasn't yet materialized, you are energetically confirming its existence in the field of possibilities. This activates the flower of life, the sacred pattern of manifestation that connects all planes. Gratitude is the energetic glue that seals intention to divine timing. Here's a simple and powerful exercise. Every night before bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for, but always include at least one that hasn't happened yet. For example, "I am grateful for the harmonious home that is on its way," or "I give thanks for the new job that helps me thrive." This kind of scripting reprograms subconscious beliefs and sends precise vibrational commands to the quantum field. It's like planting emotional seeds in fertile soil, watered by vibrational faith. And the more you practice this feeling, the more synchronicities you attract. People appear, doors open, opportunities arise that seem like coincidence, but all of it is energetic response. Gratitude is a return code. When you activate this frequency, the universe understands you're ready to receive more of it. It doesn't deliver where there is lack, it flows where there is recognition. And that's why giving thanks in advance is not an act of naivety, it's a demonstration of mental power. And maybe now you're wondering, beyond gratitude, are there other practical ways to strengthen this communication with the universe? How can we make this dialogue more constant, more direct, more tangible? That's exactly what we'll explore next. Speaking to the universe is an art, but it can also be a practical science. There are tools capable of expanding your vibrational communication and amplifying your connection with the quantum field. The first is creative visualization, and I'm not just talking about imagining. I'm talking about crafting scenes so vivid, so rich in detail and emotion, that your subconscious mind believes they are already happening. The more you repeat these images with conscious intention, the more you shape the reality around you. Another technique with transformative power is quantum scripting, also known as scripting. It's the habit of writing, with emotion and precision, as if your desired reality were already unfolding. A practical example: today I woke up with peace in my chest, knowing that my purpose is blossoming and money flows to me with ease. When you write like this, you activate both the creative mind and the vibrational field. It's not a wish list, it's a conversation with the universe in the form of a lived account. You don't ask, you affirm. There are also tools that work directly on mental reprogramming and energetic healing. The practice of Ho'oponopono, for instance, is simple yet profoundly powerful for clearing subconscious beliefs and making space for new frequencies. Repeating the phrases, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you," with full presence can release deep-seated blocks. Theta healing, on the other hand, uses energetic commands to access the subconscious mind in a meditative state. Both are fine-tuning methods for the subconscious mind. Other tools include a vibrational journal, to track your emotional frequency, mirror intention commands, to enhance vibration through visual reflection, and EFT tapping techniques, to neutralize negative emotions. These practices function like instrument tuners. The more tuned your field is, the clearer and more powerful your emission becomes. And the more aligned you are, the faster the field responds, through synchronicity, clarity, and materialization. And as you dive into these tools, you'll inevitably discover something deeper. No matter how powerful your techniques are, there are still invisible forces sabotaging your vibrational signals. And they're not outside of you. They're rooted in a place few dare to look. You can say all the affirmations in the world, use mantras, visualize with emotion, but if deep inside there's a subconscious belief whispering, "This isn't possible for me," it's like trying to turn on a light with a cut wire. The subconscious mind stores memories, traumas, and old patterns that create invisible blocks in your communication with the quantum field. These blocks are like radio interference. You may send the signal, but it arrives distorted. And the universe, which responds with vibrational precision, can only return what is clear and coherent. These sabotaging beliefs are not always conscious. Sometimes they're disguised as phrases you've repeated since childhood, like, "Money is hard," "Relationships are a burden," or "I'm just unlucky." They may sound harmless, but they shape your energetic frequency. And this is where mental reprogramming becomes essential. You need to replace those old scripts with new vibrational commands. Tools like EFT, tapping, theta healing, and Ho'oponopono are extremely effective in accessing these deep layers and rewriting your inner structure. Here's a simple but transformative exercise. Write down all the negative phrases you tend to say or think when you're alone. Then ask yourself, is this absolutely true? Where did this come from? You'll often realize you've been living a reality inherited from others, parents, school, religion, society. Once you identify these beliefs, rewrite each one with a new command. For example, "Money is hard" becomes, "I allow abundance to flow with ease." And repeat it with conscious intention until your body believes it. It's important to understand that the vibrational field responds more to coherence than to desire. In other words, if you want one thing but vibrate something else, the field returns what is strongest, and most of the time, the old belief shouts louder than the new desire. That's why mental reprogramming requires consistency. It's like wiping a foggy mirror. At first, it seems pointless, but after a few strokes, you begin to see clearly. That's when your communication with the universe becomes free of distortion. But even after clearing beliefs and aligning your inner commands, there's another factor that challenges many co-creators. Time. Or more precisely, the tension between your immediate expectations and the divine timing of manifestation. If there's one thing that frustrates many conscious co-creators, it's this so-called delay from the universe. The logical mind, trained to expect deadlines, results, and speed, suffers when reality doesn't manifest at the desired pace. But here's a truth that changes everything. The quantum field doesn't follow linear time, it operates in divine timing. And divine timing is not slow. It's perfect. It's the exact moment when your vibration aligns with what you've asked for. Not before, not after. Only when you are truly ready. There's a clear difference between not being answered and not being aligned yet. Sometimes the creative mind has already sent the right command, but the emotional body still holds fear, doubt, or scarcity. And the vibrational field never gets it wrong. It waits for your energetic alignment before collapsing the right reality. This isn't punishment, it's cosmic wisdom. Imagine giving a great love to someone who still self-sabotages, or giving large amounts of money to someone who still vibrates in unworthiness. Divine timing protects your manifestation until you're in full resonance. That's why quantum detachment is essential. Detachment isn't giving up, it's trusting. It's surrendering your creative visualization to the field and continuing to vibrate as if it's already yours. When you enter this state, the collapse of the wave function speeds up, because there's no more resistance. The universe sees that you're available. And vibrational availability is a code the field recognizes as permission. Those who learn to trust the invisible, harvest in the visible. Those who try to control, block the flow. A powerful practice here is meditation focused on the already is. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and step into the scene as if it's already happening. Feel the emotion, hear the sounds, give thanks as if you've already received it. And then, let go. Go live. The command has been given. The manifestation is on its way, and sometimes it comes in a form completely different from what you imagined. Because divine timing also has its own intelligence, it delivers what you need, in the way that will most transform you. And once you truly understand that everything is connected, your thoughts, your emotions, your words, your silences, even your delays, an inevitable question begins to rise. How, then, can we communicate with the universe clearly, powerfully, and truly be heard? Now tell me, after all this, are you really going to keep speaking to the universe as if it were deaf? Or will you finally step into your role as a conscious co-creator, and speak with the right frequency, with clear intention, with real presence? Because the truth is simple, either you reprogram your mind, or it keeps repeating what it always has. The life you desire isn't far away, it's just vibrating on a different station. Are you going to keep waiting for a miracle to fall from the sky? Or will you send out the vibrational command that changes everything? Will you keep complaining about time, or will you trust in divine timing? The field of possibilities is already open. The question is, will you access it, or will you watch the days go by? If this message stirred something inside you, leave a comment below. I choose to be heard by the universe, to seal this new vibration. And of course, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and stay with us. Because here, you don't just learn how to ask. You learn how to co-create a new reality.